Okay, so this is an instruction manual for anyone who's going to go boating with me with the True Kit boat, and this is a step-by-step guide for how to set up the boat. And the first stage is put the boat down and take it out of its bag. Now when we do this in reverse, at the end of the day when we're packing down, we're going to be putting a blue tarpaulin on the ground, and the reason is that right now the boat is clean, and when we pack the boat back up we want it to be clean when we pack it up. Alright, this is the electric pump. There's a 7 amp hour battery in here. The battery can just stay in here. So you pull these cables out, and inside here you just connect black to black and red to red. You will then see that this is lit up. We want to select PSI, and we select 3 PSI for the pontoons. The pressures are written here, and we'll connect one of these pontoons first, connect it to inflate and turn it on. When we inflate these tubes, we do the pontoons first and we inflate them to roughly 80 or 90%. Then we insert the floor. We insert the floor to 100%. Then we go back to the pontoons and put the pontoons back to 100%. The reason for that is that if we're going to put in the side seats, you can't have those side pontoons fully inflated. Okay, the floor is next. Is what gives the boat its rigidity, so we sort of squash in the floor. This is also the point where you'll be putting in one or both of these seats. I need to change the PSI on here to 9 PSI. You change the PSI by holding down the middle button till it gets to 9. And we inflate this to 100%. When you're using the pump, it's normal for it to change to this sort of grinding noise. That means the internal pump has changed from low pressure to high pressure. You see there's often a fold at this point, and as it's inflating up to 9 PSI, that fold will mostly smooth out. Right, we're on 9 PSI. Now it's time to go back to the, need to put this back to 3 PSI and then go back to the side tubes and put them on 3 PSI. Again, if you're ever confused about what PSI, it's all written on the pump. The side tubes get 3 and the floor gets 9. So it's using its low pressure pump, because it's on about 2.5 PSI now, and then it's going to change shortly to the high pressure pump, so it's going to make that grinding noise as it puts the last bit of high pressure in. Another thing is on a sunny day, you don't have to go all the way to 3. I could probably just turn it off now, it'll be fine. Okay, we attach the dinghy launch wheels. Whilst we are doing the last of the pontoons, we can also put this petrol tank in. There is a cord in here which I keep, and that's just for tying on the petrol tank. There's no right or wrong way to tie it on. I suppose the only thing is that make sure you can undo the knots later on. Need to give a little bit of space to put the motor in here. And connecting the fuel hose, it's real simple. The red end connects to the tank. And this bag can just go back in the car. Okay, this catch bag currently has the anchor in it. There's no real set place where this thing has to go on the boat. The main thing is to actually clip it on somewhere so that it's not going to disappear. But when we anchor up, we've got a rope in here and we've got our anchor and chain. Okay, this is the bridle harness. This is stowed in the boat floor bag. We've got 4 attachment points. This is really important. This is what allows you to pick up the boat and move it around. Okay, I'm going to lift up the back of the boat. That's going to lock the dinghy wheels in place, and I'm going to attach the outboard motor. Back, come over here. The outboard motor, when it's stowed in the back of the car, is always stowed on its side with the handle down. So always remember that, stored with the handle down. On the other side here, this is the handle. Okay, so with a nice hand tightness, we tighten up these clamps. We've put the outboard into shallow water drive position, which is on this angle, so that we can actually take it down to the water and not damage the bottom of the outboard. Come around here. We have a safety rope here. This threads in and then through and back to this other eye here, and we just need to tie it up with I like to use the round turn and 2 half hitches, which is a knot you can use when you need to undo it. And what this does, this is as per the Tohatsu manual, this is to protect the engine from falling off in the event that it rattles and vibrates and comes off. Fuel hose. The fuel hose connects here. We're not going to prime it right now, but when we're ready to go, we'll be squeezing this bulb to prime it with petrol. But we're not doing that just yet.